Hey guys, welcome back, and this is going to be a very quick tutorial on what happens when you are getting more than one whole. What happens and how do I show one whole as more than one whole as a fraction? So we're going to start with the fractions 3/10 and 87/100. Okay, so really quickly, let me go ahead and shade that in for you. So because this is 100 grid, you want to change this to 100 so you can see exactly how many you need to shade in. Times 10 times 10, and that's going to give you 30. So I need to shade in exactly 30 blocks. Gonna count by 10 so I can save you guys some time and myself some time. So I have shaded in 30. And over here, I'm going to do the same thing when I shade in 87, especially since 87 is a humongous number. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I don't want to shade in that next row because it's not a complete 10. So I'm just going to shade in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 87 shaded in there. Okay, so as you can see, this row is almost, or this particular 100 chart is almost filled completely. It only needs one row and 3 left over. So what I am going to do is go ahead and try super duper hard to combine those numbers. So 30 plus 87, that's going to be 7, and this is going to be 11. So my answer is going to be 11, or 117 over 100. Okay, so in order to make one complete whole, to make all of these shaded in, I need 13 more. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and use my highlighter, and I'm going to cross out 13 on this side so that I can mark them in the other one. So that's 10, 11, 12, and 13. And for those 13 that I just marked out over there with my pink, I'm going to shade them in over here. So over here, I can see that I really have one hole that I have shaded in. So I know that because I have one hole shaded in, I can go ahead and put 1 as my whole number. And I need to see how much is left over, meaning how much did I not cross out with this other one. So let's count it really quickly. I zoomed in so we can count it carefully. I have, and I'm going to circle the boxes so we don't lose count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So I have 17 left over, and out of that 17, this is still 100 grid, so I still have to say that it's 17 out of 100. Okay, so some of you are wondering, why didn't I just count this as 10? I wanted to make sure that everyone understood that we were still counting the individual ones, even though I could have just said 10 and added the 7 to it. So everything isn't always going to be perfect. Sometimes you may have a hole, and so looking at this as a whole, or as my mixed numbered fraction, because that's what it is. Remember that place value chart, we had our ones place, then our decimal, and then our tenths place, and then the hundreds place. Well, let's look at exactly how that would be set up. Okay, so this time my whole number, I do have a 1 for my whole number. So in my ones place, I would put 1 because I have 1 total model that is shaded in. My decimal, because even though I have a whole, I do have some that is not quite a whole yet. And so for these that were left over, I'm going to write them in my hundreds grid. And again, you heard me when I said hundreds, so I want to make sure that I'm using my hundreds to write the number 17. So I have 17 left over, 17 hundredths, and I also have 1 whole. And that's how we add fractions and turn those fractions into decimals when we're dealing with whole numbers.